Hi, I'm Anthony Manganiello, author of The Debt-Free Millionaire, creator of BestDebtCompanys.com, and personal financial literacy expert for BestDebtCompanys.com. Today, let's talk about, when it comes to a settlement program, the type of settlement percentages you really get. When you're enrolled in a settlement program, you're most likely told that you should be able to expect settlements of like 50 cents on the dollar, for all of your accounts. Now, this is, for the most part, it's true. And in many cases, actually, settlement companies can get you settlements for less than 50%. But what you really need to be aware of is that these settlement percentages are based on the balances on your accounts at the time that they are settled. What I mean by this is simple. It may take months for your accounts to be settled because you've got to accumulate enough money from which to settle those accounts. And while you're doing that, your accounts may very well be accumulating late fees and collection fees. And what this means is that your account balances are growing while you're accumulating the funds from which to settle those accounts. So by the time you've accumulated the funds to settle an account, that account balance, well, it may have grown by as much as 10 or 15% because of the late and collection fees. Here's an example. Let's say you've got an account with a $2,000 balance when you enroll, but by the time you've accumulated enough funds to settle that account, it may have grown from the $2,000 to $2,200 or $2,300 even. And 50% of the amount at the time of settlement is obviously more than 50% of the amount than when you enrolled in the program. Now, fortunately, most settlement companies are able to secure settlements for less than 50% at that time, so the overall impact of the projections of your plan, they shouldn't be off by much. And you also have to keep in mind that you're probably going to be charged some kind of a settlement fee, which is usually about 25% of how much they save you, okay? So the overall amount you pay, including settlement fees, and when you tack on the late fees and collection fees, that could be more than 50% of the amount when you first got in the program. But considering the alternative is bankruptcy and having to go through all that embarrassment of filing for bankruptcy, I'd say settlement companies, well, they're worth a shot. So be aware that when all is said and done, your overall out-of-pocket expense for a settlement program, considering the late fees, collection fees, and other things you may be charged on your accounts while you're accumulating the funds for settlement, and the settlement fees you're going to be charged, out-of-pocket expense, well, it's probably going to be more like 60 to 65% of the original balance at the time you enroll. I'm Anthony Manganiello, personal financial literacy expert for BestDebtCompanys.com.